Hello and welcome to Thank You Thursday. This is week 3 of the Personal Development Challenge, the 12-week challenge. Every Thursday we do some kind of thank you or gratitude and look at different ways of bringing gratitude into your world. We've already had a couple about looking at the week you've had, things in the past. I can't remember what they were actually. The first two was what it was the week. That's right, we looked at the first week was what you were grateful for that happened this week. Second week was having a default list to go back to, like your life jacket days when everything else seems to be drowning around you, is having that default list of gratitudes. Today I want to focus on you. This week we've talked a lot about self-reflection and seeing things objectively. So today I want you to find something to be grateful for about yourself, or for something you have done. And I think this is really important for this whole self-image, self-confidence, and boosting your own morale and self-esteem. And that in return is going to lower stress and anxiety and build more resilience within you. So for me, what am I grateful for about me? I'm grateful for a lot of the experiences that I've had because they've brought about who I am. I'm grateful for having been able to write a book and be able to do videos like this. I'm grateful for having pushed myself outside of my comfort zones to achieve the things I've done. Otherwise I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I'm also grateful for things like photographs I've taken in the past, and I'm going to share something with you. And so gratitudes for yourself can be absolutely anything, but I've thought today long and hard before coming on with this one. And it's actually a reflection on having had my granddaughter for the whole day. Bless her, my 3-year-old granddaughter has spent the day with me. I'm exhausted, but I could not miss doing my Thursday thank you. And we had a fun day, so let me share something with you. In the past, I have always been grateful for taking photographs. And I have taken a lot of photographs over the years. Let me hit play on this. I think it will let me play. They should run through on their own, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's see how this goes. They might not. I might have to manually forward these. But anyway, I had a very large garden until I separated from my husband last year and I moved house. And this plant was way taller than I was. I could not reach the top of it. And I loved how it danced in the wind and the leaves all rattled, and I'd stand out there on a breezy day and just listen to it. But now I don't have any of that. I have no garden at all. So this is where my gratitude comes in, that many a time when I'm really fed up and I'm really missing my garden, I will never lose all of the photographs of the flowers, the greenery, the lupin leaves. I think that is playing itself. Crocuses in the spring. Trying to get this to play, come along daffodils. I've got so many flowers here. The garden was so big that I had flowers 365 days a year. And if I had no flowers, I loved things like this here with the greenery. I just loved all the fresh buds, the fresh leaves. And the same when it came to autumn as well. Little flowers on autumn plants. Well, this is a February one. This was a February flower. So quite early in the year. So I'm so grateful that I took thousands of photographs over the years of flowers. This was my spring bulb bed, like just all my bulbs. I planted over 300 bulbs in here and the result was phenomenal. I loved this. So on a spring day when it was raining and it was miserable, this was planted right outside my front window, so I could literally sit on the armchair, look out of the front window and feel cheerful looking at this. Although obviously I've taken it on a brighter day. So I'm so grateful that I've kept a record of all of this. And the reason that's relevant to today is having spent the day with my granddaughter. Oh, actually this is my daughter. That's another thing I'm grateful for, taking pictures to remember. I'm not showing her face, you're okay, and she'll hate me showing the back. But it was just a fun day. We visited the garden centre and the sprinklers went off as we went to go in. And she just grabbed her little boy. This is before little one was born. This was our first child. And she just grabbed that and ran through, left me with a trolley with all the plants and flowers to follow through. But just had fun. So it's nice to remember. So to me, I'm so grateful that flowers will always, photographs will always be there to remind me of happier times no matter what happens. Oh, that's... Oh my goodness, I've got one in there of... I'm trying to think which one that is. I think that's Bobby. My mum and dad have had so many dogs over the years, but I think that was Bobby. So anyway, keep going with those. So today, my granddaughter came and we spent the day today repotting my house plants because I have no garden at all, no outdoor space apart from a place to park my car. Oh, this little blackbird, every time I went out in the spring and dug the garden, he was there waiting for his share of the worms to rake over. He was the friendliest little thing. He was always within about 6 to 10 feet of me when I was digging. And so my granddaughter and I today, we completely repotted all my house plants. And I now have something slightly different to... I'm trying to just see if I can get to one where it shows the whole garden. Oh, these peonies were gorgeous. These, I love these, are some of my absolute favourites. And again, the greenery with water. I love the effect of water on leaves. I'm just trying to get to... Look at this. How's that for colour and nature together in the garden? No flower, just leaves, foliage. You pick it right. You wow. I could spend hours in my garden. I loved it. And I miss it. I really miss it. I'm just trying to find one in particular. Let me zoom out a sec, if it will let me. Oh, that's because it was on play mode. Patience, Kate. Come on, let this happen. Right, let's... Oh, I see, I've got to use the back arrow button there. Right, I'm nearly there. So, as you can see, I've taken hundreds and hundreds of flowers. This is another one that I absolutely loved, was my peony. And again, there are days I'm just so grateful for being able to sit and look at this photograph and remember we talked in one of the Monday's Mindful Motivations about smell and about using mindfulness and smell. To me, that's what I get when I go through these photographs. I get all the smells of the garden, and this is the strongest one. If you can imagine this flower, if I think of the next one, it's a slightly better crop. This flower, imagine it like, I'm trying to think, not marshmallow, what's the word? Turkish Delight, like the rose fragrance of Turkish Delight in icy spring rain. That is the smell that I always associate with this photograph. Turkish Delight with icy spring rain. It was incredible, a memory I will never forget. So I'm going to expand on that one and stop for a bit. But yeah, so massive garden. Flowers every single day of the year. And now to have no garden at all, I missed it. So I'm so grateful for my photographs. But today, let me switch up here. My granddaughter, bless her, I will get there. I'm just waffling today. Where's my cursor? Where we are, there we are, there we go. Today we repotted all my houseplants. Look at this. So I now have a little mini garden on my dining table, and I feel a little bit back in touch with nature now. And where I had 2 spider plants, I now have about 7. I've repotted my African violet, which hopefully that will flower again. And I've got some other little plants I've planted. There's some more in the kitchen as well that I didn't put on the table. The bromeliad was brought for me, the little bromeliad garden was brought for my birthday. So I didn't repot that today, that was already there. But I would just set that out like a little mini garden on my dining table, and it looks amazing. And I love the greenery, and it makes me feel a little bit like I'm back in my old garden. So that is my gratitude for myself today. I'm so thankful to myself for having taken the time to take all of those hundreds and hundreds of photographs. And I don't just have flowers, I have photographs of so many different things. The sky, the scenery, household pets that we've had over the years, various members of the family. I've just got thousands and thousands. Every holiday we've been on, I've got probably between 300 and 500 photos minimum for every holiday. I'm a photography fanatic, not for professional photography, although I've often been told I should, but I just absolutely am so grateful for all of these photographs. And I was hoping just to find one of the actual garden itself, all the bees as well. I loved getting pictures of the bees. But there was a photograph here somewhere. Black lily there. Look at this this gorgeous poppy as well. This one, loved this one. It's a bit of a landscape one. There we go, this one, a bit of a landscape one. But that was the garden. Oh, it's come up with an extra layer on it. But absolutely beautiful. Loved my garden. Loved my photographs, and so grateful. So what today can you be grateful for about yourself? Something about you personally, about a feature about yourself and how you look. Maybe it's something about your personality and how caring you are, or a skill you've got. It can be anything. The world is your oyster. But start to realise your own value, because we want other people to value us. If you want somebody else to value, start to value you. Start to value yourself. I've gone over my 10 minutes today. I hope it was worth it for you and that you enjoyed the tour around my old garden. I don't know whether it would even look like that now a year later, probably not. But anyway, have a great evening. I'm sorry once again this is a late arriving on the day, but if you're catching up later obviously that's irrelevant. And don't forget, tick that off today. So that'll be Thank You Thursday, week 3. So ticking that off today. We are now Thank You Thursday, week 3 complete. I will see you, and the tracker downloadable on kreeve.co.uk if you want a copy of this to follow along. And I'll see you again for Feel Good Friday tomorrow. Hugs and healing to you all. Bye bye.